Well, folks, welcome to our Sportsman's Life this week. I'm here at Lake Tawakoni with my buddy, guide Tony Pennebaker. Tony, buddy, we're going to go catch some catfish. We always do when I get with you.
Yes, sir. The fish are biting good, and we're going to go get a few of them.
Let's you and I talk a little bit about common sense, social distancing, fishing. You know, the governor told us that fishing and hunting to continue, don't put a quietus on that, and that makes sense to me. But some common sense for people like you and I and everybody else is in order. Common sense, don't you think?
Common sense, social distancing. Just try to keep the cases down as much as we can.
Right, but don't stop hunting and fishing. Folks, I've been out in the woods this past week up at Dale River Ranch hunting turkeys and fishing in a stock pond. So far, back in the woods, they have to pump daylight into us, as the old country people used to say. Right. So Tony has been fishing by himself out here. It's not like he's been guiding, he hasn't. That's an individual call, and I applaud you for your decision of not doing it. But it's going to start soon where you can start taking people.
I think I'm looking at a start date of May 1st, and just take it day at a time. Start doing a few trips and watch the numbers. If the COVID numbers start rising rapidly in the area, I'll be forced to close again.
Exactly.
For a while. I just don't really have a choice there.
Exactly, Tony. But what you have been doing is stocking that freezer up, and you've been out here. Tony's been fishing, but he's going to fish one way or another. That's what he does.
Every day I can.
But yes, every day he can. He's been fishing. He's got his freezer stocked up, and I applaud you again, buddy. You've been doing what you're born to do, fish, but you've also been giving friends and people frozen bagged fish. So
I have been. I've given away, I don't know, 150 pounds of fillets, ready to eat, and my freezer's got probably 100 pounds in there now ready.
Yeah.
For anybody that needs them. I've got a couple of guys come by this afternoon, pick up a couple of bags, and another person here in a day or so when they can get around and we can meet. Well, I can fix them up with a couple of bags. But anybody needs any, if you're in need of some fresh fish, I have them. Just give me a call, and I'll give you the number in a minute.
Now's a good time we're going to go fishing, and it's going to become the Tony Pennebaker show because I'm going to serve as the cameraman on this one. You see enough of me anyway, but I'm going to be doing some Tony's going to show you how he's rigging and catch a fish or two. But yeah, how do they contact you, Tony?
Give me a call at 903-474-3078, day or night. I'm always around.
All right, let's go catch us some fish for me to
Let's go. We're going to catch Luke a few fish today.
All right. Okay, let's go get them. Folks, Tony Pennebaker here has built his home where an old marina, built him a nice home up on the hill there where an old marina used to be. Here he comes right down here now, but you're talking about having a nice setup, man. Actually, you're going to see we'll follow Tony down here and get in his boat, but actually right here is a dock that was the marina back years ago, and Tony kind of inherited all this, but a pretty nice place to keep the boat. And Tony, this is pretty neat, buddy, to have a spot right here. I'm showing all of our friends your headquarters back here.
I really like it. It's a nice, quiet spot on the lake. I can't hear any diesel trucks or car traffic. Might hear the neighbors having a good time over there, laughing and stuff, but That's about all you hear. Maybe a duck quacking or a frog croaking, which I like.
Well, I'm ready to go if you are.
I'm ready when you are, Luke.
All right.
All right. I'll just pick these waters up, throw them in there.
All right, buddy. I'll be right in there with you.
One of the things I look for, Luke, is a place, a point, and it's, you know, if it's kind of high and got some clay, a little high, a little clay in there, red clay. Usually, a place like that, the old point ran way out here, so over the years it's eroded back, and you've had a lot of trees fall in around this thing. So you got a lot of structure for fish, and it makes for some good fishing on these points.
Something you look for this, you know, this time of the year. And
In the spring, I might go back and say that. In the spring or in the late fall, either one works pretty good.
Well, we'll get in here and get anchored down then, right?
That's right. We fix some drop talons right here.
Well, friends, I want to show you what I use for night hunting. This is the Wraith by Sightmark. It's a digital. It's not thermal, but you can use it for daytime hunting. It has a color mode. It's color during the day, and at nighttime for shooting hogs and predators out to, I've killed them out to 125 yards, but I sight in for that distance. You could shoot them a lot farther. Go online to learn more about the Wraith. You can go to sightmark.com and check them out. Absolutely awesome hunting tool for day or night. Well, Tony, when it comes to blue catfish especially, nothing better than some fresh shad, is it?
To me, that's all there is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. And they're plentiful, pretty easy to catch now.
they're real easy right now.
Well, we'll get show our friends this point again. We'll be fishing right here, folks. Tony, you hammered them right in this area yesterday, didn't you?
Oh yeah, sitting in this exact spot.
Same spot.
Same spot.
Got you a little. One of the first one of the day. We've been here what? 30 seconds.
Ain't been here long. Couple of minutes.
Couple of minutes.
It looks like he's hooked good.
I hear him rattling.
Just pick him up here.
Well, let's see the first one of the first one of the day.
First fish. Nice one.
You better believe
He's
it.
talking. He's says,
talking.
"Good morning, America."
Okay, well, I'm going to help you. We'll get some more. What do you say?
All right, let's do it. I think this may be the fish of the day, Luke. He's putting up a bit of a fight here. A little bigger fish. Oh, yeah.
That's a good one there,
That's a little
bud.
bigger one.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's going to be. He's not so big he's a trophy, but he's big enough that we can eat him.
He's big enough.
Bring him in here, bud.
Good eating, man. I'm gonna put a net on him just in case that line's nicked or something. I hate for him to be swimming around out here with that hook in his mouth.
You betcha. That's just a good fish in anybody's book, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
That's one of these that I'm always wanting to hold one up. That's one I want you to hold up with too.
Hold him up.
Show him off, buddy. Who's that?
What do we have now, Luke? About 10 of these?
10 of them.
We've
Yes.
been here 30, 40 minutes.
At the max. Let's take a. That is one pretty blue catfish, isn't it?
It is. And they're all running pretty much this size.
Yeah.
Some of them are a little smaller.
Well, I see a rod bending, so we're going to have to shut down. Let's catch some more of these. What do you
We don't have much time before each rod bend, do we?
Well, folks, it is Luke Clayton, and I want to show you something right here that I am very, very proud of. My gearhead bow. I've taken a couple of hogs with it, and I'm deer hunting. I'm down at the Buck and Bass Ranch at a buddy of mine's, and I'm going to be deer hunting. Let me show you something here. Now, this is the coolest thing in the world, and the first time I have ever shot a bow with a shoot-through riser. I'm going to look right at you here. There's a riser here. There's a riser here. Look at the arrow on this gearhead bow, right in the middle. And if you think that doesn't make a difference, you know, for many, many years, me and I guess every other bow hunter been shooting one side of the riser or the other. This thing shoots straight through. Folks, check them out online. This is the bow that I hunt with, and I've got a lot. I love it. Lots of confidence in it. GearheadArchery.com. Well, Tony, buddy, let me tell you what. There's some good eating right there. What do you think?
Awful good eating. A lot of it too.
But if you want a good mess of catfish, right now I fished for years with lots of people, but it does not get any better than this, does it?
Pretty fast action. Didn't take long. We fished a couple of hours.
Couple hours. fresh shad. That was the ticket, folks. Tony Pennebaker down here at Clockett, a good friend of mine. Tony, tell them how to reach you, how to contact you, you know.
Just give me a call, 903-474-3078.
Here's the deal, Tony. This COVID situation, they can contact you, and when you feel good, comfortable about going, they can get on the books with you, you know.
Yeah, and kind of wait. I wasn't home today to see what the governor said, but he's going to kind of open the state back up. I'm going to book a few trips, get into May here, kind of watch the COVID numbers. If they start rising dramatically or something, I may have to close again. So, but maybe I won't. Maybe we can go do some fishing. It's on fire right now. You can see the fishing is really good. This is every day, all day long.
Tony, thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Luke.
And
enjoyed it.
I see some meals, some big fish fries in the future. Folks,
Plenty of it.
that wraps us up. We're going to take a little break here and turn these things into some fillets. Hi, folks. It's your old buddy Luke Clayton, and this ain't your grandpa's pump-up air gun. This is the Texan made by Air Force Air Guns, and it's the most powerful production air gun in the world. A few years ago, I started shooting these when they first came out, I actually had a chance to test. They didn't really need any testing, but to shoot one of the 10 prototypes when it first came out. Now, this is the improved model. This tank pressures up to 3,625 PSI. This gun will develop, I believe it's 750 foot-pounds of energy shooting a 520 grain bullet. So this is your big daddy of air guns. If you want to get into hunting or shooting air guns, you know, you don't have to shoot a 520 grain bullet. I shoot a Nielsen specialty ammo bullet that's, I think it's 340 grains. But here you go. Check these out online. You can go to airforceairguns.com and check them out. But this is the one I've hunted with a lot. I've probably killed 30 hogs and a bunch of exotics, and I'm going to get after the deer here in Texas this year with it. airforceairguns.com.
Hello friends, welcome back to the show. We're going to do a little cooking segment here today. We're going to be making turkey pot pie. Now this turkey here is one I recently harvested at the Dale River Ranch, if you watched last week's show. And we're going to make some turkey pot pie. So what we need to do first is get this turkey on the smoke and Tex, and we're going to get this turkey smoked, cut it into cubes, and then we're going to begin our preparation for pot pie. I'm going to give you the recipe. This is my wife's recipe, so it's good stuff, I promise you. We're going to get this all put together. We're going to show you exactly how to make this, and you and your family can enjoy. You know, you don't have to use wild turkey. You can get store-bought turkey, whatever you want. But we're going to use wild turkey today, so stay tuned. This is going to be a fun episode, and we're going to show you how to make this stuff, and I promise you it's going to be mouth-watering. Okay folks, we are back, and what we're going to do here first is we're going to season up our turkey. You can buy pre-seasoned turkey, you can do whatever you want, but get your store-bought stuff or your wild game and prep it for the smoker. So however you like to do it, we're going to use a little salt-free seasoning here. We're going to liberally sprinkle this all over our turkey, both sides. Along with that, we're going to do a little thyme leaves. That's what we like and how we like our turkey spice, and this is what my wife's recipe calls for. So here we go. All right, we got one side done. We're going to flip these over, and we're going to liberally spread this on the other side as well. And then we're going to head out to the smoker, fire that bad boy up, and we're going to be smoking turkey. Okay friends, we are out here at the Smoke and Tex. We're going to turn this guy on. We're going to put her at about 185 degrees. We're going to get this bad boy going, and now comes the decision to what kind of smoker wood do we want to use. We've got apple, we've got some pecan, we've got all sorts of different woods out in the garage, so we're going to run out, grab a couple pieces and toss it in the wood box here. Well, we decided to go with hickory nuts. These are work perfect in the smoker. Okay, we're going to toss our turkey pieces on the smoker, get them strategically placed on here. We're going to get these guys going. So we'll be back in a minute, folks. We're going to go back in the house here and we're going to talk a little bit about this turkey pot pie and the preparation for putting this all together. So this has got to smoke a bit. We're going to let her go and we're going to be back. So stay tuned, won't you?
Folks, as an old outdoors writer, I have used lots of products. Smoking Tex electric smokers. The best smokers that you can find. This is Diz and this is Scott, my buddies. Diz, tell them how they can learn more about Smoking Tex.
Yeah, obviously the #1 source of information is going to be our website. It's got hundreds of recipes, it's got helpful guides, it's got all of our models and our accessories listed there. Of course, we have a phone number, 888-922-1511, and we'll actually answer our own phones.
That's true. And Diz, the main thing, the easy way, smokingtex.com. You can learn all about it.
Correct. And of course, we're on all the social media, Instagram, Facebook, etc. So take a look at us whenever you can, and whatever social media you'd like, and we look forward to working with you.
Well, let's check in on the turkey here. We are right at 3 hours in, so we're smoking it here on the Smoking Tex electric smoker. Oh yeah, we're looking mighty good. We're going to cube this up and we're going to put this in our turkey pot pie. And let me tell you, it's going to be some good stuff. So I'm about ready to get this off. This won't go much longer here. So, all right, beautiful. Well, friends, we are back. We've got the wild turkey that we shot last week on our episode of A Sportsman's Life. We've got this all smoked. This was right off of our Smoking Tex electric smoker. This breast took right around 3 hours to smoke. So we're going to cut this into cubes and we're going to add all these other ingredients in, and we're going to go step by step through this so you guys can learn how to do this, because this is a fantastic family recipe, my wife's recipe. You're going to love it. So let's get started. We'll get this cut up here and cut it into cubes, and we'll start our process. Okay, so here we go. We're going to cut this into cubes. Basically, you want to get these things, I'm going to show you here, probably about this thick is how you want to cut it. Because what we're going to do then is we're going to cut it into pieces that are roughly bite-size. That would be a bite-sized piece right there. Okay, so we're going to cut this entire piece into bite-sized pieces, and then we're going to get started putting our pot pie together. So here we go. Okay, we have our wild turkey cube and ready to go. So we've got our ingredients kind of laid out here. We've got our little iron skillet here, our iron wok, and we're going to start by taking care of some onions here. So we're going to run over to the cooktop. We're going to come back and then we'll start laying this all out. So meet me at the cooktop. Okay, folks, we've got 1/3 cup of butter in our skillet, and we've got 1 small onion. And we're going to take this and we're going to saute that baby. So this is the next step in our process. This is going to take us a couple minutes. I'd love to sit here and chat with you for the next 3 to 5 minutes until these are all sauteed, but anyway, we're going to let this go and then we'll come back and we'll go to our next step in the process. So here we go. All right, we've got the onions sauteing. Our next step is to set your oven on 400. So it is getting ready to go here. We'll get her up to 400 degrees, and that is the next step in our process here. So turkey pot pies, folks, coming up. Wow, these will be good. All right, friends, we have our onions in our skillet here. They're kind of sauteing here. They've been sauteing here for a minute. So we've got our 1/3 cup of butter in there. We've got our 1 small onion. Now we need to have a 1/2 teaspoon of fresh thyme, which is what we've got here. We've got some salt and pepper added in here as well to your liking. So there's the salt, the pepper, and the thyme. We've got fresh thyme that we're going to dump in here. All right. Then we've got flour. This is 1/3 cup of flour. We're just going to add that in. We're going to sprinkle that on, and it's going to start to thicken up once we add this in here. Okay. And we also have herb de Provence. This is my wife's special secret right here. So herb de Provence. Don't tell anybody. Shh. So we've added that in, a little bit of that in as well. So all right, we're going to let this thicken up here. That flour is going to really do its magic. And yes, it is starting to thicken up here. So we are working toward our turkey pot pie, folks. I'm hungry already. All right, we're going to give this another minute here, and then we'll come back and we'll see where we're at here. All right, folks, so we are moving along. Chicken broth is our next thing we're going to add. We're going to add 1 cup of chicken broth. 1 cup of chicken broth. And so we're going to mix that in. Get everything going here. Oh, yeah. All right, we're going to add in some heavy cream, 2/3 of a cup of heavy cream. You can see this is already boiling that quickly. 2/3 of a cup of heavy cream. And I promise you this will start to thicken up. It might look a little soupy right away, but it's going to start to thicken up. Just like that. And then we've got some potatoes and frozen vegetables here that are ready to go. We want to bring this to a boil. So we're just about there. We can see it kind of bubbling here a little bit around the sides. We're going to give it just another 30 seconds or so. But what you want to do then is cut it down to low heat. We've got it on medium heat right now. You want to bring that up. Look at this. That's the cream sauce for your pot pie. If you could smell this, it's amazing. But again, so bring it to a boil. We've got our potatoes, our vegetables, and our turkey ready to go. But we're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to start adding the stuff together. So hang with me. Turkey pot pie is in the making. All right, I just pulled this off heat. We've got this just simmering on there for a little bit. It's nice and thick. That's exactly what we want. Now we've got 1 small potato, and we've got our vegetables in here. And we're going to add all this in and start stirring this in and slowly let this kind of gel together. Once we get this going, then we're going to get our wild Rio Grande turkey from the Dale River Ranch in with this mixture. And this pot pie is going to be fantastic. Look at this. Here's this doesn't even have the meat in yet, folks. Look at this. Okay, we've got this mixed well. We've got our turkey, about 2 cups, roughly 1 breast of a turkey. Then this is a Jake. Wasn't a real huge turkey, but it was a good one. Perfect. So we've got our 2 cups or so, 1 chicken breast, a wild turkey for our pot pies here, and we're putting that in the mix. And you really want to just kind of mix this all up really, really good. And then we're going to let her simmer for a bit and let all of these flavors come together in this beautiful pot pie. Now we're going to talk a little bit about our pie crust and all that here in just a minute, but let me just get this mixed well and let this simmer a bit, and we'll come back and we'll talk about pie crusts. All right, we are set to go here. We are going to put this pot pie together. We've got all of our turkey here, our vegetables, the potatoes, sauce, everything ready to go here. These are 9-inch frozen pie crusts that are purchased at your local grocer. Anyone will do, but you can get a pack of 2 because you need 1 for the top. We've taken 1. We've floured this deal here. We've flattened this one out with our little roller here. We've got it set to go. That's our top. This is our bottom. We've got egg whites and just a dash of water. So what we're going to do here, folks, is we're going to take a little bit of this egg wash, we're going to call it, and just go around, and we're going to get the edge of this real good because it'll help hold this thing together. This is just your store-bought tin pie crust. Works very well. All right, there we go. We've got that all done, ready to go. So we're going to do that as well on the top once we fill this. So our next step in the process is to go ahead and take what you put together here, and we're going to load this up. Now you don't want to load it too much. If there's a little bit extra left over, you'll find another application to use that, because I tell you what, this is some good stuff. But But fill this thing right up to the top where it's pretty level. Then we're going to lay this over the top, and we're going to make our pot pie. So, man, look at this. Now, remember, folks, we fired up our oven a bit ago, and it's at 400 degrees. It's preheated. It is ready to go. And we are just about ready to put it in there. We're going to finish filling this baby up. Look at that. Does that not look fantastic? Oh, I'm going to add a little bit more in there. I think we did pretty good here, actually. That recipe is about right. My wife knows what she's talking about. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Ooh. It can be a little heaping, folks, because remember, your pie crust is going to lay over the top of it. So I'm going to put all this in there. I think we're going to get it all in. Set that down for just a second. Let's see if I can't get the rest of this in there. Oh yeah, look at that. All right, folks, we are talking one serious turkey, wild turkey pot pie right here. All right, we're going to get the top of this put on here, and I'm telling you what, good groceries coming. All right, let me set this aside here. Take one quick look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right. All right, folks, so we're going to slide our top right on our pot pie, just like that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to wrap this all around to make sure it's nice and tight. As you can see, there's quite a bit of extra pie crust, so my fingers are kind of pushing it away and breaking it off as we work my way around here. And that will scrap. Okay, now we've got that down, got our egg whites here. What we're going to do is we're going to take this fork and we're going to go all the way around and just lightly push on the edge here where we laid our egg white, our egg mix earlier. As you can see, we've got our extra pie crust here. We can go around and pull all that off, get that out of the way, and we'll continue on with our doing the edge of the crust here. All right. Okay, so now that we've got everything like this, what we want to do is we want to make sure we poke holes in the top. We're going to go ahead and put our egg mixture with it has just a dash of water in it on top, and that'll help brown it. But we do want to make some punctures in here, so we're going to go along and just put some punctures in like that, just to open up the top. Okay. All right. Now, our second to the last, other than baking, we've got the oven going. It's 400 degrees. It's screaming. Bring on the pot pie. So here we go. We're going to liberally cover this whole crust with our egg wash. It's an egg with some dash of water in there. We're going to get this thing just covered up. And I promise you, I'm hungry already. I was hungry 20 minutes ago. I'm working on this. All right, look at that. That is gorgeous. All right. There we have it. We have our pot pie is completed and ready to go into the oven, 400 degrees for roughly 45 minutes. So I would put it on a pizza tin or something and set it in the oven, and 45 minutes on 400 degrees. When this is done, we'll be back. Well, friends, here is our finished turkey pot pie. Look at this. Golden brown. Absolutely fantastic. This is going to be so tasty. So we've had it out of the oven for probably, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. You got to give it time to cool down because it'll be very, very hot. So we're going to cut into this thing and we are going to have dinner tonight. And you all need to try this recipe. This is some really, really good stuff. I have my wife to thank for this recipe. So tuck this one away in your little recipe drawer for turkey pot pie. All right, folks, here we go. We've got our wild turkey pot pie. It is come out of the oven. It is cooled for about 12 minutes, 15 minutes. You really want to give it time to cool down because it can be super hot. But we're going to cut this thing up. I just want you to take a quick look at this. Look at that, folks. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, folks, we've got our pot pie here. We're about to dig in. This is going to be really good stuff, I promise you. So I want to thank you for joining us on this segment, and I want to thank my wife, Demi, for sharing this wonderful recipe. Okay, so we got a fork here. We're going to dig into this. I just got to try this out. Oh my. All right, folks, thank you for joining us here on A Sportsman's Life. We appreciate you tuning in with us, and try this recipe. I think your friends and family will enjoy it. Wild turkey pot pie. Until next week, folks, thanks for joining us. Be safe in the outdoors.